one of the greatest mixed martial artists to ever step foot inside the octagon. Anderson Silva returns for his 25th and possibly last UFC fight of his career when he fights Uriah Hall this Saturday in the main event at UFC Vegas 12. And you can watch the entire event exclusively on ESPN+. Don't wait, click on the link in the description and sign up for ESPN Plus for just $5.99 per month or $49.99 for 1 full year.
Good luck tomorrow, brother. Awesome. Good luck to you.
Thank you for having me, sir. Let's get it cracking, baby. All day.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Corey Screen and Greg Hardy.
Appreciate that.
How you doing, man?
Hey, this is way better than we were supposed to fight for originally, huh?
Right.
Yeah, better try that.
Good luck tomorrow.
Kevin Holland and Charlie Ontiveros.
Good luck tomorrow. Thank you, sir. Good luck tomorrow, Kevin. Okay, you too. Good luck. Same shit, different color. Yep.
Here he is, Anderson Silva.
Sorry. How are you, boss?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming. Awesome, you too. Good luck.
Five-round main event between Uriah Primetime Hall and Anderson the Spider Silva.
Obviously a hot prospect, and he is a hot prospect, and not much more than that right now. Khamzat Chimaev, of course, he's a big star in MMA right now, and rightly so. 2 fights on Fight Island, destroyed Gerald Meerchart in 19 seconds with the very first punch that he thrown. But he's, you know, so it's a little exhausting. He's trying to fight everybody. He's on Twitter calling out everyone. It's like, hold on, buddy. There's over 500 fighters on the roster. Everybody gets the shot. You can't fight on every card. But that said, he's buddied up with Dana White, and that's a good person to impress. And Dana likes what he sees. And anyway, he was struggling to find a fight. Apparently, a lot of people were turning Khamzat down. Who turned him down? There was a few people turning him down because they said it wasn't good for them. They said, hold on a minute, it's a lose-lose situation. And then obviously Leon Edwards, he's been out for a while and he got taken out of the rankings last week, if you recall, but he is back in the rankings because Leon Edwards is taking on Khamzat Chimaev December 19th in Las Vegas. I'll be commentating that one, but that's a tremendous fight. And it was a gangster move. It really was, because I think the criticism towards Leon was that he was putting himself on a little bit of a pedestal in terms of rankings. By the way, this isn't me saying that. I'm saying I was starting to see these kind of comments on Twitter, on social media, on Instagram and things like that. And some journalists were starting to paint that picture. You know what I'm saying? But here he is. Here's Khamzat, a guy that nobody wants to fight. All right, Neil Magny did. Shout out Neil Magny. But he said, okay, that you take me out of the rankings, you want me to fight? You, I'll take this guy, the guy with all the hype, the guy that does nothing for me if I beat him, and obviously puts him back in the rankings. And if he beats Khamzat, then of course he's probably going to fight for the belt next. And I got to say, for any kind of criticism that anybody had of Leon Edwards, they got to retract that right now, because as you said, it's a fucking gangster badass move.
Here's a guy who's not even ranked and he's getting number 3. How does that sit with you?
it doesn't feel good. I mean, you know what I mean? It does not feel good at all, especially when the number 3 guy was one of the guys that was the holdup at the top of the division. I mean, I'm sitting there trying to figure out, like, oh man, poor Leon, like, what does he have to do to fight for a title? And here he is fighting a guy who's not ranked. I'm just like, well, I mean, in his defense, I hope this is it for him. I hope he goes out there and he puts on an amazing performance, and this is win number 9 for him. He does eventually fight for the title at that point. But in my mind, I can't understand why hold up the top of the division and then turn around and fight an unranked guy. I just can't see how that plays out for him fighting for a title. And to me, that's frustrating because I'm like, why hold up the top of the division? Why hold up the number 8 guy getting a chance to number 3 guy in order to fight an unranked guy? Go out there and, like, risk it all for what you want. Put it on the line and try to get that title shot. I mean, even if you're getting overlooked, like, just keep being consistent, keep putting it out there. And for him to take such a huge step back, in my opinion, I'm just trying to figure out why he would do such a thing. But I don't know. I don't want to come across as being bitter at all. I mean, I do hope both these guys go out there and have a great fight to the best man win. I look forward to fighting either one of them, but it is a decision that doesn't sit well with me, and I don't understand the thought process behind it.
It's Halloween, and you know what that means. Platinum Mike Perry, the 21st of November, fighting Tim Means. It's gonna be a mean, nasty brawl inside of them 8 walls. So...
I think Aljamain Sterling's going to beat him.
Really?
I think Peter Yan's. I think it all depends on who shows up and who works their game plan tactically, you know. And I think that's the difference between me and all these other bums is the fact that I fight everybody different. Look at all my fights, Mark. I fight everybody completely different. From being kicked by Marlon to kicking my next opponent, Dominic Cruz, to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm able to make those adjustments. So I'm just a more tactical fighter, a smart fighter. And I'm above all these dudes. All these dudes absolutely suck. All their kids try to work out.
Realistically, what really counts more than anything is the masses. The masses, they're the ones who are going to vote you. They're the ones who are going to say. And in all fairness, the debate is still open for John, because in all honesty, if he wins the heavyweight title, it's going to be kind of hard to
when
not
you become
to give
a
him that
division champion.
Yeah.
It changes. I get it.
Yeah. So he. I read something where he said that, and I have to 100% a question. If there's a question mark now between who it is, right? It's been GSP, Anderson, or him. But if he wins the heavyweight title, I'm sorry. Case closed. You know, in my book, it's case closed, because and I think I saw someone say, he tweeted that, and I think he's correct. I think if he can do that, because because think about who he would have done it against. Either it'll be either against Francis Ngannou if he manages to fight Stipe, and even if it's Stipe, it's still the greatest heavyweight of all time.
I'm not putting on a friggin' multi-million-dollar fight at a catchweight that means nothing.
Or even 170, that's what I mean. So
it means nothing. That fight means nothing at 170. Neither one of those two are ranked at 170 pounds. And it doesn't do anything in the 55-pound division if either one of them win, because they're fighting at 170. It literally makes no sense. Mm-hmm. There are plenty of organizations that put on fights that make no sense. You can go watch those kind of fights every weekend. That's not what we do here.